welcome to another edition of Wendy Wednesday. This is going to be a very interesting show because we're having some technical difficulties in my monitor that I operate through the keyboard is on the fritz. It doesn't seem to want to cooperate, so I might just need to add lib things, but let's see. We're going to give it another try. This is the beauty of live TV. Let's see. No, my thing's still not working. Interesting. Okay. So, let's see. You're seeing something kooky on your screen right now, it looks like. Let's see. Maybe if you push the mouse, that'll get rid of that thing. Oh, does the mouse make that thing? So I could just use the mouse. Okay, so let's use the mouse. We are solving this problem. Oh my God. Oh, it's working now. Oh my gosh. Wow. What an amazing crew we have here. Thank you to Catherine and Allison, as always. Okay, I'm back in business. Okay, that's good, because it would have been really scary if you would have had me ad-libbing. I guess it could have been a comedy, but okay, let's start our show. We've gotten our technical glitches all out of the way. So welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday. It's March 3rd. Can you believe another month? We're getting closer to spring, so I'm very excited about that. Today's weather is sunny, and we're going to have a high temperature of 50 degrees. So that's pretty good, because it's been really chilly and windy and all that, so maybe you can bundle up a little bit and get some fresh air and walk out, because it should be nice and sunny. So I hope you do go out and enjoy the fresh air. I would like to give a shout out to Hebrew Home residents, Al Capiello and Gloria Duncan. They are our celebrities who were featured in Sunday's New York Times. I hope everybody got a chance to see this. This was Sunday's style section, and it said the headline for some seniors, time to lock down on romance. And there's a beautiful picture of Al and Gloria. So thank you to both of them for participating in this interview and talking with the reporter, making yourselves available. It was really a wonderful story about your relationship, and we're excited that you were in the New York Times. And you might not know that this article was actually nationally syndicated. So somebody sent us a note from Atlanta that they happened to see it in the Atlanta newspaper. So your beautiful relationship is getting buzz and talked about nationally beyond just New York. So congratulations to Al and to Gloria, and thank you again. For lunch, we are serving chicken salsa verde with cilantro and lime rice, a fajita blend, and mandarin oranges for dessert. For dinner, we're serving cream of spinach soup with French toast, baked apple slices, and apricots for dessert. So we hope you enjoyed today's menu. We have one resident celebrating a birthday today. That is Cheryl G. Happy birthday, Cheryl. And we have several staff members celebrating too. We have Joseph, Helene, Ahara, Benjamin, and Clyde. They're all from our nursing department. And Robin from social services. So happy birthday to you all. Your birthday horoscope says that a Venus-Uranus link on your birthday suggests you will meet some larger-than-life characters over the coming year. And at least one of them will have a profound effect on the way you look at the world. Maybe, just maybe, you don't yet know it all. So somebody interesting coming into your life this year. So let us know if that comes true. This date in history, let's talk about that. In 1875, the opera Carmen premiered in Paris. In 1887, Anne Sullivan began teaching 6-year-old blind and deaf Helen Keller. In 1921, Toronto's Dr. Banting and Dr. Best discovered insulin. In 1985, Moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis premiered on ABC. I remember that series. I don't know if you guys watched it and remember it. That was fun. That was very popular in its heyday. So
I remember the opening and then the big moon. That's all I remember about it now.
Yeah. And they were always bickering and bantering, but they had a good relationship. Allison, you probably don't remember that series. Okay, Catherine and I will remember it, and I'm sure you guys out there remember that as well. So there's always very offbeat holidays every day of the calendar year, so I thought I would share some of today's with you. Today is 33 Flavors Day. Maybe that was from Baskin-Robbins. I think Baskin-Robbins, oh no, maybe Baskin-Robbins was 31 flavors, so I don't think that's from Baskin-Robbins. Anyway, I don't know what the 33 flavors are, but it's that day. It's Bonza Bottler Day. I don't know what that means either. It's Canadian Bacon Day, which, you know, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't know what that tastes like, but I don't know if I've ever had Canadian bacon. Is it like regular bacon?
I think it's more like ham. I think it's like a round, like
hybrid
slice of ham, really, that doesn't look like regular bacon.
Allison, do you know?
I don't know what that specific kind is. It sounds good.
This is not good that like the three people in the studio do not know what Canadian bacon is, but okay. It is also I Want You to Be Happy Day. That's a great day. I want you all to be happy. I'm going to be celebrating that birthday. It is also If Pets Had Thumbs Day. Catherine, do you know what that means?
Yeah, they would be feeding themselves.
Okay.
They'd open the jar. They'd open the refrigerator.
Maybe it's good that they don't have thumbs. My pets in the refrigerator would be a disaster. And I'm sure Marley would consume everything in your refrigerator pretty quickly, right? Mm-hmm. It's International Ear Care Day. So you're not supposed to stick anything in your ears. That's what my brother always told me. National Anthem Day, National Cold Cuts Day, National Mulled Wine Day. It's Peach Blossom Day, Simplify Your Life Day, Soup It Forward Day, Talk in Third Person Day, which I think would be very comical if we spent all day talking in the third person.
Really crazy.
Wendy thinks it would be very funny. Does Catherine think it would be very funny too?
Catherine can't even wrap her head around it.
Allison? Okay, we won't go there. It's World Wildlife Day. So those are the kooky holidays of the day, du jour. It's also the start of Women's History Month. And I thought it would be nice to share a slideshow of just a few of the inspiring women. You know, there's so many to talk about. Margaret Thatcher, Amelia Earhart, Mother Teresa, Gloria Steinem. There's just some incredible women in history. So we're just going to share a few today. And let's start with our first one. I found these all from a Marie Claire article online, and they're pretty influential women. So our first woman is Jane Austen. She lived from 1775 to 1817, and she once said, "The person, be it gentleman or lady, who has not pleasure in a good novel must be intolerably stupid." I guess that's appropriate that she would say that, considering she is an author. But she did define an entire literary genre with her classic novels like Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility and many others. So she was really, really incredible in her day. This is a picture of Anne Frank. I really love this picture. She just looks like a typical student, but yet she was anything but typical. She lived from 1929 to 1945. And she once said, "How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." Like, wow, what a quote to say. Her Diary of Anne Frank is one of the most powerful accounts of World War II and was written by this German teenager whose family hid in a secret annex with 4 other people throughout the war. But they were discovered and sent to concentration camps. And of her family, only her dad survived. And he published her diary. And her diary has been translated into almost 70 languages. So that's just another incredible person. Our next inspiring woman is Maya Angelou. She lived from 1928 to 2014. And she once said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Like, wow, I love that quote. I know, I could just like burst into tears with that. I mean, that's just like a beautiful, beautiful and so true sentiment. She was certainly one of the most influential women in American history. She was a poet, a singer, a memoirist, and a civil rights activist whose award-winning memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, made literary history as the first nonfiction bestseller by an African-American woman. Our next woman to talk about is Catherine the Great. Not this Catherine in studio, but this Catherine. This Catherine lived from 1729 to 1796, and she once said, "Power without a nation's confidence is nothing." She was stuck in a loveless marriage, and she orchestrated a coup to overthrow her unpopular husband, Peter III, and then she named herself Empress of the Russian Empire in 1762. Our next woman to talk about is Rosa Parks. She lived from 1913 to 2005. And she once said, "I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free, so other people would also be free." She was on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, back in 1955 when the bus driver asked her to stand up and give up her seat to a white man. She refused, and in doing so, she sparked an entire civil rights movement. And when she died in 2005, she became the first woman in this nation's history to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol. Our next woman is Malala Yousafzai. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. She was born in 1997. She's, of course, still living. And she once said, "I tell my story not because it is unique, but because it is the story of many girls." She was born in Pakistan, and at the age of 15, she spoke publicly about a woman's right to education. And as a result, a gunman boarded her school bus and shot her in the head. She survived, and she became a fierce presence on the world stage, becoming the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 17. And we have one more woman to talk about today, who is Kamala Harris. She was born in 1964, and she once said, "Anyone who claims to be a leader must speak like a leader. That means speaking with integrity and truth." Words to live by. She is the United States' first female vice president, the highest-ranking female official in U.S. history, and the first African-American and first Asian-American vice president. And she's had a lifetime of public service. So no matter what your politics are, Vice President Harris, she gives inspiration to other girls and women that really anything is possible. So there's so many additional women we can talk about. But if I kept talking, I think Rabbi Noah is up next, and it would not be good because then I'd go over my time slot. So just a few women for us to chat about today. I'm sure we will be talking about more women in the course of the month. So let's close today, as we always do, with sharing some programming reminders. I think we've got Rabbi Noah coming up at 11:15 with a Jewish ethics program. We have Wellness with Deborah at 1:30. We've got Larry at 2:30 and a rebroadcast of this show at 6:30. So I hope everyone has a great day, enjoys the somewhat comfortable weather outside. And thank you so much for spending some time with us, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
My heart is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where you find the Hebrew home. Hebrew home, Hebrew home. Good morning, Hebrew home. My heart is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where